Well, good morning. It's Leonie Hunt from Get More to Life. Today's day number 42, 43. Not sure. I've put it in the notes of what day it is of the end of my Fat Years journey. Um, Look, we had a lovely day yesterday, celebrating my mum's 87th birthday and my great nephew Nate's eighth birthday. But today is a bit of a sad day. Back in 1998, my sister Michelle passed away at the age of 22, so I'm remembering her with lots of love today. She was a very, very special person who was born when I was 5 years of age with cerebral palsy. And what an incredible, special little girl she was. So I choose to remember all the beautiful things about Michelle and the lessons that she has taught me. I guess I just want to acknowledge my mum first of all, because living in a regional area in South Australia, there wasn't a lot of support at the time. So Michelle was totally dependent upon mum, who nursed her, washed her, fed her, clothed her, carried her for all of her 22 years. And that's had an incredibly major impact physically on my mum now. She has a lot of issues with her shoulders. She can't lift her arms very high because of that constant, having to lift this little girl who wasn't so little at the age of 22. So physically, there was a lot that mum's taken on, but also emotionally, it's very hard to lose a child, let alone a child that really was your baby for 22 years. So I think mum still struggles today with that, but I'd like to, and I choose to think about all the beautiful things that Michelle taught me. And people assumed because she couldn't talk, she couldn't communicate, and they say body language is such a large part of the communication. And she had the most beautiful smile, and she had the greatest sense of humour, and we had lots of fun with her. I was just reading this morning in the paper a story about a mother who's got an autistic child, and how the animals actually helped. He's got a guide dog, which is a Labrador, and it really calms him down. So, but we had animals in our lives which certainly did the same thing for Michelle. But Michelle used to love when I sang to her and when I danced for her, and it was just such a sheer joy and pleasure that we had as sisters in her time that she was with us. And I remember very distinctly at my wedding day when she was a bridesmaid, and she had awful trouble trying to keep her head up. And as I said, she was totally dependent on mum, and she couldn't walk or talk. But that day, dressed up in my bridesmaid's outfit that I had made for her in a chair, she really took the time to keep her head up, and she had flowers around her hair. And I was just so proud of her. And it was such an important and special memory of her. And we danced with her, and which was a little challenging. She had a satin dress on, so we had to make sure that we held her tightly as we danced around. So, people that have got disabilities come into our lives and can teach us so much. And I think it's really important that people understand to look beyond the disability and to see the beautiful person that's there behind the disability. They're not defined by the disability. And I know that little girl taught me so much about love, about life, about the joy of giving to others, without any expectations of receiving anything back. And that's really something that I have carried through my life, and I thank her so much for that. So I guess one of the lessons that I'd like to share with you today is when you give without any expectation of receiving anything. Give from your heart, give with love, and that in itself is how you get your reward. So look for someone who is less fortunate than yourself today, or someone who's going through some troubling times, or someone who indeed may have a disability, and reach out and say hello and spend the quality time with them and really look beyond whatever's happening and just let them know that they're much loved and that you're there for them. So that is my request for you. I've got my cousin on here who said she's had such a beautiful smile, and she definitely knew when her dad was around and he made her laugh. Yep, that was true. And your dad, Rodney, used to really make Michelle laugh. So yeah, it is important to look beyond what you see on the outside. It doesn't matter if it's a disability or someone hurting or someone unwell. Look beyond that and be present and spend quality time with them, because it'll make your heart absolutely overflow with love. So do yourself a favour today and find someone that you can spend a few minutes with and let them know that they're loved, that you see them and that you're there for them. So that's my message for this Saturday. Have a beautiful day, everybody, and I'll be online tomorrow. Bye.